I have 3 words for you. Romulan warrior nuns.
Why don't you like children?
Because they're demanding, distracting, and interfere with duty and pleasure alike.
We've also got a crew starting to bond, holograms popping up left and right, and a classic ship design. Episode 4 of Star Trek Picard gave us all of that and more, and this was no hollow pursuit. Welcome back to SYFY WIRE's Warp Factor Picard Edition, Episode 4. Jolan True. Engage! Prepare once more for a mission briefing. Too much? All crew to spoiler stations because we're about to let loose with our arsenal of freedom. If you haven't watched the new episode, shields up and red alert! 14 years ago, Admiral Picard beamed onto the Romulan relocation hub on Vashti wearing the greatest hat in existence. He was welcomed like a hero. He checks in with the Qowat Malad, the aforementioned Romulan warrior nuns, a group with a strict no boys allowed policy. Despite this, they've taken in a young, displaced boy named Elnor, and Picard comes close to filling out adoption papers for this kid before getting word of the Mars attack. What? Oh? Okay. JL out. In the present, Dr. Jurati pesters Rios while an emergency hospitality hologram makes a copy of JL's study on the holodeck. Raffi clashes with his decision to stop off at Vashti in the hope of enlisting one of the Qowat Malad because Vashti is not like Queens. You can't just walk right in. I've tried. Over on the Borg cube, artifact, Narek tries to lighten Soji's mood with some risky business moves and another makeout sesh, but Soji is tired of the secrets. Narissa ain't happy with Narek either, so it's a bad day for Narek. Also, he's totally catching feelings, and I don't blame him. Picard gets Shade Supreme on Vashti, then tries and fails to recruit the grown-up Elnor, Evan Evagora. Picard gets called out for a sword fight. He refuses to engage, but Elnor doesn't mind, so heads literally roll. Elnor binds his blade to Picard's lost cause after they beam up to the ship. The heroes then immediately get attacked by someone named Karkantar flying in an old Romulan bird of prey. It's the first space battle of this series, and it rules the roost. A tough little ship blasts in and takes out the old bird of prey before crashing into the planetary defenses, but the little ship's lone inhabitant beams over just in time. Welcome to the show, 7 of 9.
You owe me a ship, Picard.
Look at his eyes uncovered!
Did this episode come locked and loaded with a quantum vault full of references to Trek past, as well as new lore that added meat to the bone of things we already knew? Does Worf care about honor?
You are fully dilated to 10 centimeters. You may now give birth.
Yes, to both. Sokat, his eyes uncovered. Did you want some Romulan lore to flesh out that stew? Well, whether you want it or not, you got it. The Qowat Malad are new, and they are the most feared enemies of the Tal Shiar, who are not new. They practice what is called absolute candor, the name of the episode. They communicate with no filter between thought and word, which is very un-Romulan indeed. You're damn right, Dave. I'm not a Romulan, and even if I was, you would be the last to know. The Patach. A member of the Qowat Malad doesn't get hired like a pilot. Didn't they get rid of money in this situation? Whatever. They either choose or do not choose to serve you as a Kalankai. Rhonda's Romulan Ragnarok, known as Ganmadan, is also new, when shackled demons will answer the call of the Destroyer, something both Rhonda and Narek have called Soji. Sounds like a tie-in to the entire Jadfar Soji Rogue Synth storyline to me, and probably to you as well. Something that isn't new is the tiered bottle of Romulan ale that Soji and Narek share. It's the classic version notably seen in Star Trek II. We weren't short on holograms in this episode. Not only does Rios have an EMH and an ENH, he also has an emergency hospitality hologram that he hates.
That f***ing hospitality hologram.
And an emergency tactical hologram named Emmett, who isn't much help. We first saw emergency holograms of the non-medical kind in the Voyager episode Tinker, Tenor, Doctor, Spy. Holodecks make a grand return, and so does Picard's fencing. We see him fence with Guinan in TNG's I, Borg. When you add in him reading the Three Musketeers to young Elnor, you get a triple reference. Picard once appeared in holographic form as one of the swashbuckling musketeers in the TNG Season 3 episode Hollow Pursuits. Thanks, Reg Barclay. Oh, you old cat. That old Romulan bird of prey. We haven't seen a ship of that style since the original series, and even then, it only appeared in Balance of Terror and the remastered version of the Enterprise Incident. Welcome back, ship. The ship that comes in to save the day. Looks like a cross between a Tholian ship and the Delta Flyer, but it gets destroyed, so who cares? The incredible woman piloting that ship, we know her for sure. 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01, aka Annika Hansen, came aboard Star Trek Voyager in the 4th season and remained a highly influential main character until that series finished, played by Jerry Ryan. This is the first time that 7 is showing up outside of that show. Just hearing Patrick Stewart say the name 7 of 9 was glorious. Though they've never met, it seems that both Picard and 7 are aware of the other. You owe her a ship, Picard.
Shut up, Wesley.
For more background on everything in this episode, go back to the Academy and check out our first meeting with 7 of 9 in the Star Trek Voyager episodes Scorpion, parts 1 and 2, mostly part 2. If you want some holographic swashbuckling, then go with Hollow Pursuits from TNG Season 3. Earl Grey never fails. And as usual, Dave never fails to force me into a lost cause that I now have to bind my blade to. The lost cause in question is, of course, picking just one quote from this episode.
Just do it.
Yeah, fine, Dave. You sister boy, my beloved Dr. Girardi, to whom I officially propose marriage, has about 10 killer lines, but once again, I have to give it to Jean-Luc with his line,
I allowed the perfect to become the enemy of the good.
Now, does Elnor saying, please, my friend, choose to live, chopping off that Romulan's head, then saying,
I regret your choice.
whoops, guess that got in there anyway. When it comes to classic quotes and duping Dave, Earl Grey never fails. What lies ahead for Picard, Space Legolas, 7 of 9, and the rest of the group on Rios' still unnamed spaceship? Will a character actually say the ship's name? We know it's called the La Sirena. I just want someone to say it. Say it. Say the name. Say the name, Rios. Say your ship's name. La Sirena. It's fun. We know that 7 is involved with the Fenris Rangers and that they are trying to get things in order in this sector of space. Is she going to stick to that mission or stay with Picard? What's the first meeting between these two going to be like? And how much popcorn should be prepared? Like this bucket or this bucket? I'm guessing this. Also, is anyone else ready for Soji to nip a shuttle and get off that cube? I mean, grab Hugh, definitely. Grab Rhonda, if you must. And get gone, Soji. Come join the crew on the Rios ship. La Sirena. Now, because I have no self-control. Crush her watch! She's not seen, not mentioned, but it's still gonna happen despite what some viewers might think. Speaking of which, our hailing frequencies are open. Last week's poll asked if you thought we'd see Beverly Crusher in season 1 of this show. The response, 26.4% said yes. 34% said depends on the Beverly. But the winner with 39.6% was no. Thank you once again for breaking my heart, Internet, but I'm all in for a lost cause. Be sure to take our next poll, which can be found on Twitter. Which Rios hologram is your favorite? Options include the EMH, the ENH, the EHH, or Emmet. I know who I'm going to choose. Last week, one viewer pointed out that we have seen a reformed Romulan Borg before. Hugh might not be aware of him, but he is technically still in the canonical mix out there in the Delta Quadrant. A formerly assimilated Romulan named Aurum appeared in the Voyager Season 3 episode Unity. It's a Chakotay episode, so fun times all around. Great fact-checking, Dave. Really good stuff, idiot. For more on everything in this episode, be sure to check out the featured article, Cannotated, on SYFYWire.com. There's no planetary defense grid of drones surrounding the site, so come and visit us there. You could stop giving me that look right now, Dave. Choose to live. Anything else? Now, though I don't think it's cause to be lost, consider my blade bound to Jean-Luc Picard and to Sir Patrick Stewart as well. I'm sure he's thrilled beyond belief. That's better than 1 billion BAFTAs. Computer end program.